Hey guys, Steve Welch here, Beeman Toyota in downtown Nashville. Coming to you here with a XSE Corolla hatch. Once again, this is your Toyota trim level series. I am Steve Welch, Beeman Toyota. I am master certified in everything Toyota. I'm a product mentor and trainer here at Beeman. I am a Sales Society winner with Toyota, so I do try to know my product as best as possible. So definitely, if I miss anything, feel free to put it in the comments. I am just trying to give you guys an overview of what is on this Corolla hatch and this trim level, so you can see the differences. So hopefully you know the right one for you and your family. So definitely wanted to show you some of the options that you will get on this vehicle. Now, standard, whenever you get the Corolla hatch, you're going to get a 2.0 liter inline 4-cylinder engine that has a 30 mile per gallon in the city, 38 mile per gallon on the highway, 33 combined in this version of the Corolla hatch. You have it paired with a CVT transmission. That CVT is, in my opinion, the best on the market when it comes to any of the CVTs. It actually has a first gear launch gear, so it has a direct gear paired with a CVT transmission to really give you the most mileage and the biggest bang for when you hit your gas. So definitely did want to point out your wheels. Your XSE has a separate wheel here that is a very cool wheel. It's an 18-inch aluminum wheel with your dark gray finish. So definitely a great option. You have 168 horsepower in this vehicle, 151 pounds of torque. Front wheel drive, of course, does not come in an all-wheel drive version. You got 11.5 inch front brakes, 10.5 inch rear disc brakes. That is the same across the entire line of the Corolla hatch. So now I am going to tell you guys here, and like I normally like to do, I'm going to show you what your key looks like. Your key looks just like this right here. So what I like to show people is that this is a smart key push button start system. You also can touch right here. And you heard that beep, that meant that your door is locked. So as long as you don't touch that back touch sensor, you'll notice that all of those doors are locked, including that back door there. Touch that sensor, your door will unlock. As long as your key is within 3 feet, your door unlocks and you're good to go. Now, if it was locked, you were trying to let people in from around the other side, grab it and hold it for 3 seconds. You'll hear a second beep. Wait for the second beep. Now that you've heard that second beep, you'll notice that your doors are all the way open. All right, so definitely want to show you here. While I've got these doors open, I'll show you the back seat here first. Why not? We'll go a little bit different way than I have been. This right here has the back seats already laid down. I'm going to go ahead and open the back hatch for us here. And what you'll see is you have a full level here. All right, so now if you looked at my SE video, you're going to notice something different. This doesn't have as much room in the back as what the SE did. Reason being, this particular one has a spare tire. So when you have that spare tire, it actually takes up some room, so you don't get the extra room of the delete option, where you can actually have one that does not have a spare tire, and you'll gain that room of the spare tire in your back hatch. So they offer both of them, so it's whatever you want to look at. The other thing I pointed out on the SE is this one doesn't have that plate on the back there. A lot of people like that little applique plate that goes on the back there, just for trying to keep the back bumper from getting scratched and pull stuff out. So that's something you can always add. It's a great accessory. That's probably one of the ones that I would always say to get on there. But like I said, you can add it. So very good option to add, in my opinion, but to each your own. So you tell me what you want, and that's what I'll get for you. So and I did want to go ahead and the other thing I wanted to show you here is these do fold back up, which, let me move that front seat. Oh, might as well show you this here too. Your SE has your XSE has your power seat, and your SE has a manual seat. So a little bit different when you're going up to this particular trim level. So did want to show you this. So you also have in the XSE, it's a leather trim seat. So you'll notice that the center is like it's not really a fabric, but it's a different kind of material, and it's surrounded by leather. All right. You also notice, and I showed you this on the last one, man, if you got kids, so easy to put the car seat in here. You've got your latches that are on the back side too for doing the tops, but man, these things are so easy. But always take these off if you're doing that. Put those in your glove box so you don't lose them. You can buy more of them if you need to, but they're not really a point in paying for them if you already got them, and they obviously come with the car. So always put those in your glove box. So definitely a great option. Child locks, of course, on your back doors. No big issue there. That's on every car pretty much nowadays, and I mean every car that you find, because it's been a standard feature for so long that they are definitely on there. So I do want to show you your LED lights. So you do have fog lights on this one as well. So you have LED driving lights, LED fog lights, and LED headlights. Somebody down there compensating for something. So we are off the highway, so apologize for a little bit of that sound, but there's nothing I can do about it when somebody guns it like that. So, but you can see how these lights work. These lights are awesome. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna turn on the hazard lights as well, because I wanna show you two things at the same time. Hazard lights are right here in the center. So what you'll notice is how those lights look, everything together. So just beautiful, beautiful car. The designs, the lines, the way that they did these cars are very, very awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this so you get the full effect of how those lights look. It can be important, so that's one of the reasons I like to point those out for people. A lot of people like to know how their lights are gonna look, how their vehicle's gonna look at night. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut those back off. Automatic feature on the lights too, so it'll turn on and off for you when it sees the nighttime starting to hit. So color keyed spoiler, by the way, on the back here. You can also see your data communications connector that's there. It's on the top. It's part of how Toyota can get for the safety connect and things, and I'll show you those here in just a second. Did want to come back out here now. I'm going to go ahead and shut that, and I'm going to get into the car. I'm going to hit your push to start button, which is right here. Put your foot on the brake, hit your push to start button, and the vehicle will start. And you'll see your center screen there. This is one of the best features of your center, or of this this car. I love this feature, is that you have this digital dash. You have a 7-inch screen. There's radios that aren't that size in the center here, and that's where you get your speedometer from. You can see your RPMs, an actual analog gauge on the left side, analog gauges for your fuel and your temperature on the right side here. Now I do want to show you, there is a trick in your XSE. If you use these buttons right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start hitting over, and you're going to see that I'm going to go to the settings screen, which is right here. All right, and I'm going to start putting down, and you're going to see I'm going to go to something, which is, right there. I'm going to press and hold the OK button. When I do that, it's going to allow me to do this. I can change the meter type to digital. So now you can have your digital speedometer up there instead of the other one. So you can have whichever one you want. So if you like one, pick one. You can have whichever one you want. So very easy. Like I said, you just go down to your meter settings, press and hold the OK, and then you go back down to your meter type, and then you come back to analog. Boom, you're right back to where you wanted to be. So it's just really fun. You can change all these little settings in here. You can do, maintenance. That's where you change your tire pressure warning system. I mean, this is, road sign assist. You can turn all that on. There's your blind spot monitor. No reason not to have the blind spot monitor on. So I go ahead and turn that on. Some people like it better than others, but I like to turn it on just because that's what I like to do. And I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm not wrong. Anyway, so you'll notice up here, heated seats. These are where you turn your seat heaters on. There's high, there's low. Both sides are over here. So in your XSE, you do have a standard heated seat. So also, you're going to get dual climate control. You see both sides are dual climate control. You can hit your auto button. You can have automatic, where it'll change the fan speed for you. If I hit that now, it'll probably change it up. There you go. So I'm telling it that I want it to get wherever it wants to get, and it's going to go there as quick as it can for me. As soon as I choose this, it's going to shut off that auto. So you're not going to have to worry about it turning the fan speed up or down. But once it got to that fan speed, it would actually turn to a maintenance mode. So it would kind of stay there. So I did mention your blind spot monitors. That is standard on this vehicle. So definitely a good thing to know that that is a standard feature to have those. Also, the outside mirrors, they're also a heated outside mirror. So it's power mirrors, also heated. In order to turn that heat on, you just press this button right here. You can see that you have your indicator. It'll turn your rear window defroster on and your heated outside mirrors on at the same time. They're color heat as well. So that is really cool. So what we're going to do, looking at also the interior, what you'll notice too is that we have, sorry, I can't really show you too well there, but it has lighted footwells, the lighted front console tray. Here, let me try to, yeah, so it's too light to really show you those, but you have those features as well. That's standard as well. Your one touch, all of your windows are one touch up and down. Like I said, your 7-inch screen, and I'm just checking my notes here, make sure I don't leave anything out. You also have your sport mode. Sport mode's really good. It'll change how your transmission feels. It'll change your steering, tighten you up. It'll just make you ride more like a sports car, and this car is really fun to do that with. Electronic parking brake and your brake hold, which I have videos on the brake hold. The way the brake hold works, it'll actually hold you at a stop sign after you've come to a stop. Definitely check out my other video on that, see how that works. You do have your USB right here. That USB will connect to your radio system. And if you look in here in your center console, you'll see there's another USB right there. And then there's your 12 volt, which is the old cigarette lighter style USB there. So now when you plug into this USB, it gives you the ability to go to Apple CarPlay, hit your menu button. Just make sure in case your salesperson did not set that up for you. And actually, let me back up to show you exactly where we're going. So we hit home, hit your menu, setup, projection settings, and then you can turn on and enable CarPlay, enable your Android Auto. That way, when you plug it in, it'll give you the option to do it once, enable always, or never enable, and then you can pick which one you want, and you can have your Apple CarPlay working. Did mention the SOS button. Your SOS button is up here. That's free for the first year. If you need any help, you push that button, it'll get you to the Toyota call center. And what they'll do is they'll figure out what you need, whether it's roadside assistance, which is free for the first 2 years, unlimited miles, or whether it's police, fire, anything like that. If you need to help somebody, you can hit that button. They're going to get you the right people. It is not 911, but it can definitely get you to the right people. So that's definitely a great thing to have. You can see you've got your fold down here, lights up top when you open it. It's really cool. And if you left this open and forgot, as soon as you get it close to shutting off, that light will shut off for you. So it's actually a pretty cool feature there. You also have that little extender out there that will extend if it's got the sun in a spot that doesn't make you happy. All your safety sense, of course, is on here. So you do have intermittent wipers. Your safety sense is right here. This is your cruise control turning on and off. It's a little different than what Toyota used to do. They used to have a stick down here. Now they've done this since the 18 Camry. They started doing it this way. It's really helped out a lot. I think it keeps people from getting that stick in their way. So this is the distance on your radar cruise control. So once you have it set, it shows you that's your distance of how close you'll follow the car ahead of you. Definitely check out my videos on the safety sense. You're going to be able to be amazed at what Toyota can do. Pre-collision system, pedestrian detection, your road sign assist, or it'll read road signs for you, your dynamic cruise control, your lane departure with lane tracing in your Corolla. So that is really good. Definitely. And you have your automatic headlights, automatic high beams. Those are really good as well. So basically, like I said, there's a lot to show you. So this right here, this is your paddle shifters. You have one on both sides. So if you always wanted to drive a manual transmission, never could figure it out, you can drive one of these just like a manual transmission. The other thing is you can also get one of these in a manual transmission. Has an intelligent manual transmission that you can get. I have a video on how that works as well, so definitely take a look at that. But you can get the manual transmission in the Corolla hatch. So if you want to drive a manual, a true manual, you can definitely do that in the Corolla hatch. There's very few cars that are still built new with them. Toyota has 4. So definitely want to make sure that you guys know that. So electronic power steering, of course. And we already talked about smart key, dual zone, your You also have your leather wrap steering wheel, of course, a little bit smaller than what they used to do. That just makes a little bit more performance. You actually have the ability to pull this down right here, and you'll see you can pull your steering wheel out, in, up, down, and then relatch that back wherever it makes you happy. So you can put that in there. So like I said, you have your power seats on your driver's side. You have a manual seat on your passenger side. So definitely driver can be a little bit more comfort. You also have lumbar on your driver's side as well. So that's something else that's really good. You also have active cornering assist on this one. So you have your covered center console, which is right here. So this thing will actually move forward to kind of give you the ability to put your hand on here. The 2 USB charging ports, we already talked about that. Your you also have your Audio Plus 6 speakers. That is standard as well. Your touchscreen, 8-inch touchscreen, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, just like I said. It also has Alexa capabilities as well. Now, you're also going to get something that's really cool with this. You're going to get, number one, you get your service connect. So the car, if it has a problem, it can communicate with your dealership. So the dealership will call you and tell you have a check engine light for something or something like that. It'll be able to talk to the dealership. The other thing that you have is remote connect. And that's with a 1-year free trial. Remote connect allows you to start your car, to stop your car, lock your doors, check on the status of things like windows, whether or not you shut all your doors. You can check guest and see if you had somebody driving your car. You can see what they did. You can get a notification if they went too fast, where you parked. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. You can actually lock your cars from a different time zone if you want to, or unlock it. If you left your car at the airport, you can unlock your car from Hawaii if you're in Tennessee, or from Hawaii if your car's in Tennessee, to let somebody get something out of it. It's a really cool feature to be able to do all that remotely and through your phone. And while that's active, you also have the ability to start your car from your key fob as well. So it's just a really cool system that's included in this one. Also Sirius satellite radio, that's included as well. So definitely a great feature there. So kind of taking a look at 8 airbags, of course, driver and front passenger side airbags, of course, driver knee airbag, your passenger seat cushion, driver seat cushion, of course, and then your curtain airbags as well. So child locks in the back, of course, tire pressure monitoring system, all your pre-collision system, your lane tracing, all that we just talked about. Hill start assist really helps you out on a manual transmission, but even on this one, it's going to actually hold the brake for just a second as you're going to your gas pedal. And then your Toyota Care, of course, is standard as well. So you do have the no cost maintenance for the first 2 years, or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first for you. So, but anyway, did want to show you guys this vehicle. I am really happy with this car. I know this was a new redesign, and some people have asked, and I'm getting out obviously here, but some people have asked about the Corolla IM and then the Scion IM, and they say, hey, this one looks just like the IM for the old Scion. Okay, well, there are variations, or there's a lot of resemblance to it, and I did want to point that out, just like I did on the SE video, is because this was initially the Scion IM, and then it went to the Corolla IM, and now it's the Corolla hatch. So initially it was those, I guess you can say, and this is kind of the variation and how it's adapted to this car from the Corolla, or from the Scion IM to this car. So it's really it's a new design, but it is from a old friend, let's put it that way. So it's just really fun to drive this car. It responds really good, turns on a dime. It just really feels like a sports car as you're driving it. So definitely take one for a ride. If you're in the Nashville area, come find me. I'll help you take one for a ride. You guys are really going to like this car. It's a little bit small, but there's a lot of people that's what they want. So knowing it's a little bit small, it is what it is, and you can drive this car. Now, if you ask me, it's got a little bit more room on the inside. At least feels like a little bit more room than what even the CHR has, and the CHR is a little SUV. So you might consider this one for what you're looking to do. So once again, this is your Toyota trim level series. This is your Corolla XSE Corolla hatch in the XSE version. Very, very beautiful car, very versatile car. Gives you a lot of the same abilities as a SUV, a small SUV in a hatchback. So, and this one's smoked paprika, in case you guys are wondering. But they got to have a couple of odd colors just to make it more fun. So, anyway, once again, this is Steve Welch with Beaman Toyota. If you guys are in the market for a car, definitely come down here, ask for me. I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions and to make sure that you guys have a great experience buying a car. I will be your salesperson. Definitely ask for me, and we will make something happen for you. You can always call the dealership, ask for me, or you can reach out to me at buyatoyotanashville@yahoo.com. That is my dedicated YouTube email address. So definitely reach out to me there. I will do my best to answer everybody, likes, comments, all that. I do try to respond to all of them. So anything you've got, let me know. We will talk to you guys later, and I hope you have a great day, a great summer, and we will look forward to talking to you soon.